All right, so I've been doing intermittent fasting and I really love it. And I'll share in another video why I love it. But today it's what I eat in a day on a vegan intermittent fasting day. Now things do change, but today this is what I had. I try to have first thing in the morning is a nice glass, a big glass, about 16 ounces of water. And I add in a fresh lemon juice. Sometimes when I find that I'm going to be struggling with that water and not take it in very, as quick as I should, I add in I'm adding in some grapefruit essential oil. And then also I'll add in stevia. And I'll kind of turn it into a little bit of a beverage. But on the norm, I prefer having just lemon and plain water. But this helps me to kind of get it in on the days that I'm struggling. So I added in some frozen blueberries, and yeah, it's so refreshing and so delicious. So this is not typical. My meals are different. I like having variety. But for this morning, I am having a half a cup of cooked oatmeal and a quarter cup of cashew milk. Love the cinnamon, gotta have that cinnamon. I'm gonna add some protein in there, which is 1 tablespoon of hemp seed and a tablespoon of chia seed. So I find that when I combine both, the carb gives me the energy and holds me longer without getting hungry. And then adding in the protein, the seeds, really keep me satisfied. So usually on the intermittent fasting, I don't know if I should talk about that now because I'm showing you my food. So let me hold off on that for a second. So I'm adding in some bananas, and this is just I find that it's just a really satisfying meal in breaking my fast. Now, usually I break it with a juice, first water, and then a juice, and then something like this. But today, this is what I had. So about a couple hours later, 2 to 3 hours later, I had a snack. I was heading out the door, so I needed something that was going to keep me full and satisfied. So I had 2 small bananas. And those bananas probably fit in my whole entire palm of my hand. So I like them when they're that size because it just makes it like this is a snack. And so I added about 2 tablespoons of almond butter. So that kept me satisfied. Now for lunch, I ended up having a tomato tortilla. And so 1 entire tomato, a tablespoon of hummus on top of the brown rice tortilla. So I've just put that tortilla on the panini grill and it crisps it up so nicely. So when every bite I take, it gives a nice crunch and has just, I don't know, just has a nice texture. I like that crunchy sound. And that was it. So this is good. I added a little bit of salt, a little garlic powder in there, and that's all it needed. So it was just a quick, simple lunch. I didn't want to get complicated. Now for dinner, I like using that ground beef. It's Beyond, I can't remember what the name was, Beyond something, Beyond Beef. And it is made out of pea protein, and it tastes so good. It is soy free, and it just has a wonderful taste. So I'm going to be using that later on in this dinner recipe, but right now I'm going to be making some pasta made out of root vegetables, and the base of the is going to be the golden beets. And so I'm putting it through my spiralizer, and I'm getting some pretty nice noodles here. And they're raw vegetables, and this is how I really like to eat raw foods when I can, is eating my roots this way. So that is my one golden beet. You can do the same if you wanted to use red beets. So I'm going to go ahead and add in some purple carrots. And I'm just going to find whatever I have in my fridge that would make a nice pasta. So I'm going to add in, actually, a couple of these because these are my favorite carrots. So I'm going to add in some cucumber. These taste really good. I like the variety and texture. This is a little bit more slimy, and when you mix them together with the other crisp roots, that really just combines so well. It's so tasty. All right, so I've also got, here we go. We've got the zucchini, which is one of my favorite. That's like my all-time favorite pasta is zucchini. So we're gonna add that in and just add in whatever, I just find whatever I have in my fridge. I don't really pre-plan my meals like, oh, I've got to get this or I got to get that. I just open my fridge and say, okay, I've got this, I got that. Let's just put it all together in different textures. So today it's pasta. All right, so here I'm adding in some little bit of pink Himalayan salt and a little garlic. That's pretty much what I like using as far as seasoning. And I've got the pea protein, and I'm adding in as well leftover chickpeas, lemon juice, and that's it. There's no oil in here. It really doesn't need the oil. It tastes so darn good. It's like I can eat that whole entire thing, which is mine. Now, before eating any meal, I try to get in as much water as possible. So every now and then I'll throw in some fruit. I added in 2 watermelon balls in there. And this is what I ate for dinner. So delicious, guys. So easy. And yeah, this is my vegan intermittent fasting, what I eat in a day. Thanks for joining me.